Good afternoon. Welcome to stream. I'm Jaeger Forrester, and we are playing Final Fantasy XIV today, and we're going to be doing some more unlocking. Last we were on Final Fantasy XIV, we got done with all of the role quests for Jaeger. It was a full focus on Jaeger on Tuesday. Today we are continuing that force, and we are going to be unlocking Pandemonium. Start to finish, what is unlocked right now, that is what we're going to be looking at doing all day today until about 5 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. And if I decide to, take a little break, and I'm just going too hard, I will slow down and we'll unlock Island Sanctuary after. And maybe if I get bored with that too, maybe we'll do some MSQ unlocks, but we'll see how far we get today. Let's get a few things down pat based on what I do with my stream. While I'm playing, obviously, you won't be able to listen to the music. I have that muted because of copyright reasons, but you can still listen to the music if you're on Twitch and do !music join, and that'll take you to a specific part in my Discord channel. Or you can just head on over to the Discord channel and go to music stream. There you'll find a invitation to listen to my playlist on your Spotify. So I'll be controlling what is being played, but you will be controlling the volume. So feel free to listen to my music or your music or whatever you fancy. We're here just to have a good old time, and I love music, and I have so many playlists to play. You can even play some of the other ones that I have. Just, they're in that channel there. Enjoy music. What else? I thought there was something else that I'm trying to add to my spiel here. Oh, the playlist that is playing right now, I make a lot of them based off of Final Fantasy jobs. And this playlist is Final Fantasy Rogue. So these are all songs about doing the dirty deed, stealing, thieving, maybe a little ninja work too. Or secret agent, spy stuff. So that's what my playlist is all about. We're going to be listening to that for a while. I may change it up depending on how the day goes. But once again, feel free to listen to any kind of music you want, whether it's mine, a different playlist, or your own. Let's go ahead and hop into game and get things going. And I've decided to wear this shirt today because my wife decided to go to work in her Wonder Woman shirt, and I'm like, I haven't worn my Spider-Man shirt in a while. I'm going to go ahead and do that. Alright, so I am here in Razadhan. That's where we got finished last time, and I put on some new gear. There's still more that needs to be done, but I'm not collecting tombstones anymore. I promised myself once I got close to max, I'm just going to stop and focus on actually catching up with the rest of the player base. So we're going to go ahead and I think I can enter the first circle via the duty finder, so let's do that. There we go. More than likely, I'll get in there quicker because of tank. So we're gonna get that going. 9-minute timer, so what do I do in the meantime? Well, I got a lot of this inventory that I need to clean, so maybe I will do that for now. Or how about, anyone in the chat want to, talk, catch up with stuff? Say hello? Len, I know you were in today. Are you just lurking now? Oh, Len, you want to join? Oh, okay, I gotcha. Alright, so what's going on here? Oh, you're talking about me in, Healer for Hesequake. Cool. You're talking about me in the free company. I better say something then. Here, I'll do my, my macro. And I gotta turn the notifications back off. Thanks for the shout out, Len. Okay, gonna wait for Len for a little bit, and as soon as he gives the green light, we will get this going. In the meantime, cleaning. Always gotta clean. Don't need fending, don't need slaying. Hearing of slaying. Nope, that's 89. We've got... Get out of the way. We've got a choker. Okay, I'll hold on to that. Maybe that can be something that my Reaper works on a little bit. Tosis Mask, Polika, Augmented. Nope, that is 80 max. That is 80 max. What else do I have in here that's junk? Shisui Kote Offending. Do I already have that? I do already have that. So that is level 270. Here we go, Fending. I got Yoi. Don't have that. Aiming. Don't have that. Okay. What else do I have? Okay, Len is back, so I guess pause this for now, and we'll go in. We're now at a 5-minute queue wait. Hey, Delway, welcome back. You caught me into a different kind of game today. Final Fantasy XIV, do you play? If you know nothing about Final Fantasy, obviously it's a fantasy game, RPG. 14 is a MMO game. And I've been playing this ever since it released back in 2013, just kind of on and off. Do you like action games at all? I mean, it's somewhat action, but it's definitely more RPG based. But this is my character here. Hello. This character, Jaeger Forrester, after what I'm named, has been with me since 2005. So that's been like, what? 2005, 2022, 17 years? Oh my gosh. Yeah, back in my Dungeons and Dragons days, I created this character with the idea that he was going to be like a two-handed swordsman. And then he kind of became a tank in Final Fantasy XI. And then I fell in love with Dragoon. So he's a Dragoon as well. But he's also a gunner. I have a lot of fun with my character. And one of the things that you do in fantasy games regardless is cleaning the inventory, which is what I'm doing right here while I wait for me to go into a fight. It's going to be Jaeger's very first introduction into it, but me personally, it isn't my first. I play 2 characters, and my second character has already gone through the first wave of all of these battles. So I'm getting Jaeger caught up, and who knows, maybe he'll be able to unlock the second wave, and then my second character will follow in. But how about you, Delway? How are you doing today? Doing good? Awesome. Anything exciting to share? I mean, I'm not playing City Skylines right now, but I'll definitely continue to keep in mind of any conversations that we have. Just finished preparing for a hurricane coming my way. Oh, you're in that area. So you're not on the southern peninsula. Okay, so you're a couple states up. Gotcha. Well, best of luck. Hopefully you don't have to flee and escape. And you got someplace to hunker down and protect yourself from the hurricane. Hope for all the best, and hopefully everything survives, including your electronics. Nomad being offending, don't need that. I could explain more about this game because there's so much that you can do in this game. You hope that your power doesn't go out? Yeah, that would suck. I remember whenever I used to live in the Midwest, we had this really bad ice blizzard, and it knocked out the power in just our area. Like, my girlfriend at the time was like 100 miles north of us, and the blizzard didn't hit all the way up there, but as she was coming down and she got about halfway, then she started to see everything change from greenery to just ice. Snowy ice. It was bad. And I did lose power for a few days, and because it was cold and we didn't have power, didn't have heater, I remember waking up that one day and it was like super, super cold. I just woke up and got myself out of the sheets, felt that cold brisk, and was like, nope, put the covers back in, and I was like, stayed there for a couple more hours. And then, once I finally came to, the only way that we were going to have power was through a generator. And, us being little kids, and not having any kind of gaming entertainment, it was told by my mom a couple of times to not play video games. Alright, we got here 260. Alright, fending, miming, boots. Nope, still gotta collect. Is there natural disasters in City Skylines? Yes, there is actually. But it's a DLC. You have to get the downloadable expansion, and I think it is called Natural Disasters. You can do tsunami waves, you can do earthquakes, you can do thunderstorms, not hurricanes, but tornadoes, and meteorites. Just coming down and making a big old crater. Most players love the meteorites, but I personally don't want my city destroyed, so I don't want to download that DLC. If anyone's going to do any kind of destroying, it's me, myself. Just building the way I do, and traffic just being so terrible sometimes. I'd rather keep learning to a point where I feel super comfortable about creating those cities, and then maybe I'll think about natural disasters. There we go, War Axe. Don't need that. I got all this food that I don't use. What else do I have in here? I've been having a lot of fun on there. Oh, good. I'm glad. Cities is definitely fun, for sure. Like, I will... If I didn't have a stream schedule, I would, like, stay up throughout the night just working on my city, because there's no pause button. There is a pause button, but you just want... I love to build, and I want to keep building, and if there's opportunities to build, and the demands are keep going up every single time, I want to build it. But thankfully, having a stream schedule has helped reduce that. Just, this is my pocket of time of when I can play, and I have to cut off at this specific time so I can go be with the wife. Or, you know, go back to work. 7 minutes on the queue timer. We've got 2 tanks, 1 healer, and 1 DPS. So looks like it's taking a little longer than it's supposed to, but that is just how the game flies sometimes. Gives me more opportunity to clean up here. Nothing. Alright. Let's clean this up. I need to put that away. And this. What? I ran out. Okay, looks like I've got this to clean out too. This is terrible. Inventory cleanup is always terrible. And there's certain things that I want to keep, like, all of this is gear. And there is a system in place called Glamour, where you basically get to, you know, continue to wear what is like the best stats, but then you can change its appearance. And that's what all of this gear is for. So I need to actually look and see if I want to keep this ghost bark stuff. And I do that with a special website called Eorzean Collection. And this is Eorzean Collection right here. I'm gonna go ahead and move this over. So this here is the Ghost Bark gears. There's one for my gunner, one for caster, one for tanks, one for healers, one for my dragoon, one for ninjas, and one for monks. The ones that I specifically want to continue looking at are the ones that are dragoon and tank. So this is the tank one here. I don't know if I want to keep it. Two out of 2 healers now. Now waiting for 3 more DPS. So do I want miming? No, I don't want miming. Miming looks weird. Alright. Aiming. Do I want aiming? This is aiming. It looks cool. Probably don't want the helmet, but I can take everything else. And then fending. Fending looks a little weird with the whole short sleeve stuff. Like, it doesn't fit Jaeger. So, bye-bye. Oh, that's filibuster. But speaking of filibuster, I could take a look at it. But I want to focus on this stuff. Shisui. Take a look at Shisui. This is Shisui, and nope, I don't want it at all. Shisui is up here. Here we go. No aiming. No miming. I should probably go into my glamour dresser as well to see if there's any other Shisui stuff that I need to get rid of. Because now looking at it, I don't want it. I don't want it. I don't want it. I'm listening to the song that's being played right now. You love this website? Yeah, it is pretty amazing. Even if you don't have, like, a good idea of what you want to glamour, this website helps you with that. With people can submit their own glamours to the website so everyone can get inspiration from everyone else. If you have a certain piece of gear that you may want to glamour, you can search for that specific piece of gear and see what everyone else has done using it. It's really great. Alright, so I think that's it with new stuff. I don't want to spend too much time on just figuring out what I want to get rid of. I need to, like, also get rid of this card, these minions, these orchestrion rolls, and these, materias. And materials here are just boosts for, boosts for your gear to get, like, additional stats. I recently hit 11 likes on my glam. Ooh, nice. That makes me curious of, mine. Oh, looks like I am not logged into it, so I'm gonna go ahead and take this off real quick and sign in. Before Thunderin became a bunny, Thunderin was a cat. And that is what my glamours are all about. Ah, there we go. Logged in. Alright. So, and we'll go full. This is mine. So I've got 4 characters, not including my 2 main ones. Well, including my 2 main ones. I have 16 glamours that I did, and this was all part of a glamour shoot that I did before I changed Thunderin from a cat to a bunny. So let's see, what is my most loved? Look like I only have 5 loves on my Heaven's Ward Paladin. It's fine. It's old content. I think mostly just people like it for this picture right here. You have to honor if you're talking about Heaven's Ward. Anyway, enough of that. Let's take a quick trip to... I guess the gold saucer. Oh, nope. Looks like we're going in. Finally. That's probably the worst thing about streaming and being a streamer is the wait times. You can only do so much to keep you guys entertained. Now, the real exciting part. Battles. Oh, should probably also tell everyone, like... Alright, so if I can remember what I'm supposed to do, I think a lot of it is just dodging. But that was whenever no, I was tank on that one as well. So, do I want to try to be main tank? I guess I kind of have to, because the other tank did not want to do anything. Alright, so... Yep, the flail... Which side? Yep, you're going to this side. So watch the flails. Orders race. Okay, that was nothing important. Oh, the flare's back. And it's gonna be that side. Just to describe to Del this flail thing, it's what's called a mechanic, which is basically just something that you need to avoid. And then this is another mechanic. So right now I've got flames over my head, and the ice is about to drop. So you need to go to a different element so you don't get hit. So right now I'm ice, fire's gonna fall. Now I need to find ice. So, yeah, I haven't done this fight very much, so if I don't say anything, it's because I'm really focusing to make sure that I am paying attention to everything. But yeah, battles are all about mechanics and how to avoid them. So, once again, this is another one. I don't know... Alright, so it's fire. So we're all going to be on the ice element, so we don't get hit. And I think he's about to change to ice, so we go over here to fire. And that way we, miss the attack. Alright, we're doing ice again, so more fire. Oh, and the flail. Alright, now he's got fire on, and he's got flail on the other side, so I'm safe. So sometimes you, have to avoid two mechanics at one time. Alright, so what's probably going to happen again, it's going to be a pushback. And then there's going to be, yep, there's that stack all target, so everyone needs to come together. Otherwise, if it's the less people that are stacked together, the more damage those people will take. So if the entire party goes over there, then everyone takes minimal damage. It's really helpful. So he's doing the trick again where he's changing elements and doing the flail. Slam shut. Sometimes I have to read what abilities he's actually doing and see what is that supposed to mean. Because I'm, smart at this game. I've been playing it for a really long time. And sometimes the mechanics are just brand new, have no idea what's going on. and I just learn from, you know, previous times. Drop the fire, no damage. Then ice is gonna drop. Okay, now I'm ice. I need fire. Fire's over here. Oh, the other tank fell. So I guess it's a good thing that I am the main tank here. Main tank meaning that I take the brunt of the damage. I am the first line of defense. The second tank, also known as the off tank, picks up slack. If I accidentally die, their job is to pick the boss up and become main tank. And as long as I'm paying attention to the mechanics and not taking extra damage and using my defense boost like I'm supposed to, then I shouldn't die. I've got 2 healers in this party to keep me going. And so far, we've been doing pretty good. 10% of the boss's life left. And I pretty much figured everything out. So all we have to do is just wait for that health bar to go down. Alright, we've got ice. And the flails on that side. Let's see if we can try to get this down before the pushback. Nope, didn't work. Alright. Right as the damage comes in. There we go. That's the end of the fight. That is a Final Fantasy XIV normal raid battle. There's different kinds of battles that you can do. This one, obviously, normal raid. There's one called Alliance Raid, where instead of 8 people, it's 24 people. So hopefully you're running a really good computer in order to do that one. Then there's also... leveling dungeons. I'm just gonna take everything except that. Glamour purposes. Yeah, leveling dungeons specific to when you're going through the main story. Those dungeons are used to level up your jobs. Alright, and I'm gonna speed through this because my second character has already gone through this first wave. I'm not going to go through it again. If you want to, like, actually see the storyline of this first wave. And Len said, I think I did the best healing. You did great. And Len is fine going through all of it with me. Len is in Twitch chat right now if you want to say hi to him. Yeah. Skipping all the cutscenes will definitely make this go super, super fast as well. So, that way I'm not wasting Len's time. There we go. Now we've got a 6-minute queue time. We'll see how it goes. Other kinds of battles, there is, there's more leveling dungeons, but these are like old content. They're called the level 50, 60, 70, 80 dungeons, because the max level in the game right now is 90, so anything that was probably unlocked during the post chapters, it became this, like, grouping of battles, and they're not really all that exciting. You get some cool stuff, some crafting materials every once in a while. Also, feel free to request a repair in the duty if you need one. Usually, I'm a Omnicrafter, so I don't have to worry about repairs. I have all the great dark matter that I need. And I'll keep up with it too. Like, it looks pretty good right now. Most of my days is just crafting. Ah, yeah. Crafting is another thing that you can do in this game. Alright, looks like someone did a countdown. Is it gonna be... Yep. Let's see here. There is also the level 90 dungeons, which is like the latest unlock. They're still leveling dungeons, but they're like latest content. So if you wanted to focus on those specifically. And then there's also expert dungeons, which is kind of like the 50, 60, 70, 80 dungeons. But they're specifically 90. Alright, so there was one of the mechanics right there. I gotta pay attention to head. So the head flipped around. And it looks like... Uh-oh. I did that wrong. So I probably gotta stay away from the head. Like, this boss is like two different parts, so... Avoid the straight line of the body, and avoid the front part of the head. I'm guessing. Oh, and there's also the sewer mechanic here, so now, anywhere that the water that is rising up, don't go into it. It's dirty water. Hey, Neko! Calling me Mr. Forrester. No, I never heard that one before. How's your day going? You having a good time? Work good? Uh-oh. This is another mechanic. This is like a stack-up thing, and if you're not stacked up with at least one person, something bad happens. I don't know what it would be, if it's going to be damage, or if it's going to be... Yeah, it's a pushback. Certain icons that you see will give you like an indication of what is about to happen. Oh, I didn't pay attention to that one at all. Oh, do I have to check the outside arena for that? Oh, this one means that I need to get away from the rest of the party. So, other than, you know, the one where it says stack up, that one says you are the only one that should go away from the rest of the party, because the more people that are stacked up, the more damage. Today's going pretty good. How's it with you? I missed your startup intro today. Ah, that's okay. A lot of my intro talk is just blah, 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 blah. Welcome to stream. Here's what I was doing last. Be sure to listen to my playlist because of copyright reasons. It's not on stream. And what the plan is today. Which, I guess I can tell you, the plan is to unlock all of Pandemonium. And Pandemonium is these battles here. Uh-oh. Messed it up again. Not paying attention. That's my own fault. I don't know this fight well enough to know exactly what not to do. Uh-oh. So I guess we need to continue stacking up. Because now I've got 3 vulnerability stacks, which having 1 or 2 is fine, but eventually it gets to the point, especially if you're not a tank, that you start hurting. So right now I've got 3 on me. If I get any more, it's not going to be good for me. Oh, and Len is down right now. Okay, I finally saw it. Alright, push back, push back. So now I've got freaking 12 seconds of this dot, which is damage over time. Not a whole lot, but it's still a nuisance. Sewage eruption. Oh, and there's the thing. And I'll go over here. Yeah, I'm gonna need some heals. Oh my gosh. So it looks like the healers are having a difficult time because a lot of people are dying. So I gotta continue paying attention, making sure that I don't get struck in too much damage like I have been. Sewage deluge. Whenever I hear dot, I always think about how people would tell me to dot the mobs, and I have no idea what they are talking about. And I was too afraid to ask. You should never be afraid to ask questions. Of course, I didn't pay attention to that again. Back whenever you started Final Fantasy XI? Ah, gotcha. But yeah, never be afraid to ask questions, especially if you don't know anything. I think people are moving over here for some reason. Because if you never ask, you never know. And if you never know, you never will know. Until you figure it out for yourself. Come on, come on, come on. Stay still. Again, that red triangle is you need to have at least one other person to stack up with, otherwise you might get something happen to you, whether it be damage or an effect that will hinder you in some form. This is the pushback, so depending on where you direct yourself, that's where you'll get pushed back to. So you want to avoid that, so you don't get pushed back into that area. And you don't want to get pushed back into the water. Hopefully this doesn't hurt. There we go. Finish that one. Alright, pass through this. Don't need this. Let's see, what do I need? I'll take that. I'll take that. I'll take that. Don't want that. I'll take that. I'll take that. I'll take that. And pass on that. Dun da da da. So, I think there are 2 more fights to go through with this. So, let's just rush and cut through all of this silly stuff. Ooh, it's the Phoenix one. There's 8 now, yes. Every wave. So, whenever there is a new expansion that comes out, the usual way that the game works is it'll do the initial story of the expansion pack, and then later down the line, it will release updates, and they'll release updates in 3 parts. So there's part 1, part 2, and part 3. That's how I like to explain it. And every time they release something, they release certain battles, including, you know, here, this Pandemonium wave. So I'm going through the first wave right now, which the wave is 4 fights. And we've already got part 2 released, so there's an additional 4 fights. That's why Len is saying there's 8 now, because it was 4 in the first, 4 in the second. And whenever part 3 releases, there'll be another 4. So there's a total of 12 battles for Pandemonium. And then the Alliance Raid battle, the one with 24 people, those are also in waves as well, every unlock. But there's only 1. So 3 waves, 3 Alliance Raid fights. That'll be part of this story. Alright, third circle's next. Go ahead and get into that one. And we've got a 6-minute wait timer. So this is my current collection of the gear that I'm getting from these battles. And they're not going to be the best that the game has to offer right now. All of that is in part 2. So the only reason why I'm collecting these right now are for glamour purposes. I will eventually go into the actual merchant store where I can trade these for the actual gear and kind of see how they look on me. If they look good, then I might trade these up. But if they don't look good, I'll still trade them out, but instead of keeping them, I will sell it for different currencies that the game is available to. These will be specific. I usually, whenever I don't like a certain gear, what you saw me do earlier, is I will go to what is called my Grand Company, which is like the army that I'm part of, and I will trade in gear there, and they will give me seal currency. Fashion Hunter, yep, exactly. So, I'll figure that out later. Jaeger has a tank, Dragoon, Gunner, and I think that's pretty much it. So those are the only gear sets that I have to think of. Here we go, third circle, it is Phoenix time. Yeah, sometimes the queues take longer than what is told, sometimes it takes shorter. It all depends on the other players that are in the queue and what they want to do and whenever they join in and what jobs they are. Because I'm a tank and Len is healer, those 2 roles are in such demand all the time. There's so many people that play damage dealers, the DPS jobs, like Gunner and Dragoon and Reaper and Bard and Black Mage and Summoner and Ninja. There's just so much opportunity to play all of these that side of the party list just becomes so flooded with them. So, and there's not that many tanks and healers available compared to DPS roles, so the balance is off and the demand is high for the other two. That's why it's important to play multiple jobs. Don't just play DPS. You can do other things with your other jobs and not have it be like your main job. Like, my main job for Jaeger is Dragoon. DPS. Damage dealer. But you see here that I'm playing as a tank because of the demand rates. Oh, here we go. Go inside. Oh, I didn't get out quick enough. I wasn't paying attention to the sides. There's an order of how those things drop, and I just didn't pay attention to them. Like, I didn't pay attention to that either. I knew something was coming, but I didn't know what it was. Core and I love layered armor in Monster Hunter. No more having to deal with gear with good stats, but it's ugly. Yep, exactly. It's just terrible. Like, the gear that I'm wearing right now, it's cool. It looks cool, but this is, like, what it's supposed to look like. I haven't really gotten to the point where I need to update my glamours to some of the newer stuff. I'll do that eventually whenever I get all the things unlocked and I've met up with the rest of the player base. But for now, it's just... Okay. I was wondering why Len ran all the way over there. But I was doing what was right. I was going to get attacked, and my attack needed to be to destroy that thing. I thought I was on the right side, but I was on the right side. I should have been on the left side. Alright, stay out of the middle. Probably gonna charge through. Yep, there he goes. And we're back. Phoenix Fire. Oh, here we go. So I'm pretty sure that you don't want these things to overhook, or at least you want to make sure that they that there's an open space for you to, like, not get hurt. And it looks like we did that correctly. Just based off the many years that I played this game and what I'm supposed to do properly. Left Cinder Wing, so go to the right. If you're wondering where left Cinder Wing came from, obviously it's like right in front of me. Whenever they cast an ability or a spell or anything, this bar pops up and it's like a charging meter, and that's how much time it's going to be until that ability actually goes off. Alright, I'm gonna go here. Yeah, I do get hit for a lot of damage with that. Fire is consuming the field. Oh. I'm just gonna hang out over here. Ow. Torch Exaltation seems pretty big, but I think that's like a... Yep, that is an all-encompassing hit. That hurt. I'm gonna need my own little healing ability. Oh, I got hit by that, but it's only one vulnerability stack, so that was only one mistake. I can afford one mistake. Alright, charging through again. Oh, that hurt. Well, you got to see me die one time so far. I say that's pretty good. Hey, time did that right that time. I paid attention to the outside and how things were dropping, and as soon as the first one dropped, then I would run over in that area. Whoa! What's going on here? Oh, 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 oh! Gonna hang out over here. And we're done. I was just going through all those motions. As long as you don't make the white mages mad at you. No, I try to do, like, all the right things. I try. But, of course, I don't always succeed, because I haven't done this fight enough to know exactly what I'm supposed to do. And I think that particular case was just, like, I don't have a strong enough gear to take the initial brunt of all that damage, because it looked like I got hit 3 times and then died. So maybe there's like an extra mechanic that I need to figure out. Okay, there's that. So here comes battle number 4. Is it ready right now? Speak with Eric. Some pretty strong hits, yeah, definitely. If I got hit 3 times, and those 3 times, plus whatever damage I've already taken, knocked me out, there's gotta be something extra that I need to figure out. Alright, here we go. Battle number 4, 4th circle, and it's an insta-Q! Yay! So, the reason why this is probably an insta-Q, because this one dropped the weapon item that you need to trade with. None of the other battles have that. Only the 4th and final one of each wave has a specialized weapon item that you have to collect and then give to the merchant. So probably people in here are collecting that specific weapon item and trying to get enough to have it ready for collection, because I think you need 4 weapon items to trade it for an actual weapon. I feel like this song is like a really good option. Oh, I remember the spikes last time. So there's probably going to be some pushbacks that'll make me go into the spikes. I remember that from last time. Alright, so it looks like, Amaneranas, the other tank, is going to take main tank. Because I told him, like, it's my first time, but not my first time. And he said he was willing to be main tank unless I really want to, and I was like, nah, I'll be off tank. I'm still a good enough... I basically said that I'm a good enough player that I can OT, and if you go down, I can still take care of things. Okay, so there's something specific about those lightnings, and it looks like everyone's running away. Yep, there it is. So that one means, don't be in the middle of that thing. The farther you are away, the less damage that you take. And then that's an individual thing. Anyone can go anywhere on that specific kind of mechanic. But the goal is, stay away. Alright, so here comes the next one. It's going to be a different element. So this is water? I don't remember exactly what to do, but I'm gonna see what everyone else does. Looks like everyone's mostly stacking? Ah, it's the pushback. Okay, so water is pushback. Lightning is go away. There's that, which is probably a pushback into the spikes. So that is a tank buster. Only the tank is allowed to take that, and they have to, like, up their defense as best they can. And everyone else has to stay away. Alright, so he's changing the area 3 times now. So it's going to be multiple mechanics. So we've got a pushback, we got a go away, and then we've got this green one here that I'm not exactly sure what to do. So it looks like everyone is going this way. Oh, because the lightning is the first one that activated. So we're all in the corner. Green one is next. Oh, this one is like... stack up. Well, don't stack up. Spread apart. Now we've got water, which is going to be the pushback right here in the middle. Hell skewer. That's what that's called. Definitely don't get pushed into the spikes. Alright, if there's another element, I'll keep an eye out for it, but I got 3 down. Falcon coils. Ah, okay. So, don't... A DPS is not allowed to go down here, so me as a tank, I'm taking care of this. I will take minimal damage. If you were a DPS, you'd be taking tons of damage. And it's the same for the other circles that are around. Like, do not be this roll, otherwise you're going to get hurt. Alright, something about that. Oh. Everyone is going to hear. It's a cone. Gotcha. I feel like there's going to be another one that's going to pop up, and it's going to be completely different. Northerly shift. So I think we're... Oh no, this is the cape. Oh, and the cape is a pushback. And everyone's going all the way over here. Oh, because I didn't pay attention. It's okay, that's one vulnerability stack, but that's one mistake. Pay attention and not do it again. Alright, these usually mean that we need to, like... Not tank. DPS. Oh, and I took two of them at the same time. Nah, I'll be okay. I'm not main tank. Here we go. Now we've got 4 of them. So there's going to be one brand new one to me. And it's fire. So let's see which one goes first. Get my camera nice and good so I can see what happens. Is it... Oh. Who's it first? Is it fire? It is fire. So, fire usually means that we spread up. Oh, no, we're stacking up. There's Hell's Cure. And then lightning's up next, so we're gonna go into a corner. Well, he decided to go in that corner, but okay. We've got green next. I forgot what green was. Oh, it was spread apart. And then don't be a healer. I'm gonna go ahead and take this. Actually, I'm gonna go ahead and take this. Because no one was over here. Alright, water. And we're done! Woohoo! See, like... It looks tough. And there's a lot going on that you have to pay attention to. But my mind just works really, really well like that. Because I've played this game so much that I know all the different things. And if I don't know something, I pay attention to what the other players do. And try to mimic what they do. Alright, Nosferatu. Take that. I'll take that. Take that. Don't want that. I'll take that. That. And that. Not that. Pink shirt guy looks like he was just wearing casual shirts and shorts. Yeah, that's how you can play the game sometimes. You can glamour into casual wear. I got a few of those like that. Alright, so I've already done that cutscene. I have to go back. And... here we go. Aporia. So I'm gonna go... to Charlian. That is going to decrease the amount of money spent. There, 170. Actually, let's go a little bit more. I can go right here into Labyrinthos. And now that's only 70, instead of spending 900. I always tell people to, like, pay attention and reduce the amount of currency that you spend, because, I mean, it's just good practice. And, you know, that adds up. You too will eventually get 11 million gil if you just not spend it all. Can you look like you're in your underwear type stuff? I feel like I've seen people do that. Yes, that is also possible. Those specific gear items that you can glamour into are what is called the Emperor's New Gear, which is basically just taking off whatever you have. Alright, I already did this part. Skill, spell, tenacity. I will do skill. Okay, that was the unlock. I'm gonna decline that real quick. I'm gonna take care of this, because if anyone remembers the last time I tried doing this, because I was doing dailies, which is basically just going through all of those dungeons that I explained earlier, I would queue up for that, go through the cutscene, and then the queue would pop during my cutscene, and you can get out of the cutscene, but then you have to skip through it. So your choices are either skip through the cutscene, or go through the queue right now, and you'll have to redo the entire cutscene all over again. It's a big nuisance. And now I just want to get this out of the way. This what it just unlocked is what is known as Savage Raids. So they're like normal raids, the battles that we were doing, but now it's a higher difficulty. That's why it's called Savage. So those aren't for the faintest of heart. Those are like really challenging. You think that it was like really difficult to pay attention to the mechanics of normal raids? Imagine how difficult it is in Savage raids. I haven't done Savage in forever because I didn't have this little beast. The old computer that I had could barely run anything when the second chapter of the game came out. And then the third one, well, I took a break during the third one. It was still able to run, but it was the same as the second chapter. But the fourth chapter, Shadowbringers, that's whenever I was starting to get some heavy duty pains from my old computer. And then the latest chapter, this one, Endwalker, came out, and I couldn't even log in at the very beginning. That's whenever I knew I needed to upgrade. And that's where this guy came in. And I like to call him the Beast, because he can handle a lot of stuff. I am a animator by trade, a 3D animator for big projects. And I just finally installed a trial of the program that I use on this computer. And usually I have to like wait for a video to be made in order to see my work. I loaded up this file that I wanted to work on, and I just hit play in the program itself, and it worked flawlessly. Like, it was smooth as butter. It played like a video, instead of it lagging so much because the computer can't handle stuff. That's why I call this the Beast. It can handle a lot of stuff. Alright. Jaeger, I made a breakthrough after... Oh, I remember reading this. So I'm gonna go ahead and skip this one. If you want to actually see this cutscene, go to YouTube, and there's where all of my pre-recorded streams are. Well, most of them, per se. And, I don't have, like, a good organization of where that specific cutscene is. But, you know, just run through them if you want to know how I run my streams. instead of how I'm doing it today. And you can enjoy the cutscenes there. Okay, so now I need to go back to here. What is the quickest... Wait, oh, I know. I am going to teleport to Ulmore. There we go. Now it's 382. And I don't think I can go any faster than that. It's going to take a really long while to get to where this is exactly, so I'm going to have to spend the 400 here. But once again, better than spending 900, 1,000 gil. I could have spent 2,000 gil, but instead I spent, 500. So what was that? A 25%? That was a 75% discount just by teleporting somewhere else. And these specific the ones that have stars on them, these are my favorite destinations. So I already get to go to these at a discount, and I didn't even get to read what Ulmore was from where I was in Labyrinthos. Still, it is pretty good. Now we just gotta run over here. Hey, they're hanging out over here now. And I have not done this cutscene yet, so now I'm going to slow stream down a little bit and actually read some stuff. You seek records of Pandemonium's creations? Master Themis has just finished pursuing the very same. I should not be surprised that we both arrived at the same conclusion. Luckily, I saved you the trouble and gleaned what information I could. Oh, so you know each other. I was dreading having to once again scour the archives, but perhaps instead I'll rest for a spell. If there's nothing else, I shall take my leave. So that must be the librarian there. As it says, the archivist. As should we. I have undone the warding sigil blocking the entrance to Abyssos. I came here merely to chase an idle suspicion while awaiting your return. Fortunately, while Pandemonium's protective wards continue to be assailed by our unknown foe, there have been no fluctuations so great as to make me doubt Eric's capacity to keep watch over Asphodelos while I'm away. He works diligently to master interment magic, that he might deliver the creations back to the cages by his own hand. I thought it best give him time to hone his craft. And since fate has brought us both here, I would ask you to accompany while I attend to another matter, more idle suspicions that I would like to chase down. Rest assured, it shall not take long. I simply have a few questions to ask an acquaintance of mine. Come. He has agreed to meet us near the Noose to Pandemonium. Okie dokie, artichoke. Not gonna stop for a smoky. There is like no way to get there other than just a simple fly with my chocobo. And if Delway is still here, if you don't know what a chocobo is, it's basically an ostrich. If you play other games that have mounts to make you like travel faster, chocobo does that as well. And chocobos, depending on the game that you play, aren't meant to fly. But there is like kind of a magic based kind of system that you can go through to make the chocobos fly, and you have to do it for every map that you encounter. It's basically these wind currents that you have to collect, and whenever you collect all of them, you know how to take the wind and fly through the map. If you don't have them, then you just have to travel by land, and sometimes the maps are separated in, like, districts. And you can't travel between them except through, like, walking through gates or flying. And the game starts you off with being on land until you've collected everything, and all the currents are, like, in all the different districts, and you can't get to them until the story unlocks that specific district. Alright. As I have pondered our expedition into Pandemonium, I could not help but be mystified by how strongly the warders we encountered felt for La Habrea, whether it be good or ill. Hesperos and Eric were two sides of the same coin. The former looked to his mentor with absolute devotion, while the latter looked to his father with bold hatred. Bald hatred. I would not expect a familiar such as you to understand this, but such extreme emotions toward a single individual are quite rare indeed. Naturally, I feel gratitude toward my mother and father, yet we are all equals in larger picture of the star. This view is not unique to myself, it is more or less accepted as the way of things. By contrast, the researchers of Pandemonium seem to view La Habrea with a feeling approaching obsession. Whether driven by love or hate, they have all been drawn to him. There were many other aspects of the facility's particulars I found troubling besides. I decided the best course of action would go straight to the source and pose my questions to a member of the Words of La Habrea. I don't know if a devout disciple would be very helpful to answering questions. My apologies to have kept you waiting, Master Themis. I understand you are conducting an investigation of Pandemonium and wish to know of its origins. Indeed. In particular, I wish to know why exactly Pandemonium was built directly under Elpis. Jaeger questions his question. The facility is overseen by the Words of La Habrea, after all. Why keep it so close to Elpis, whose governing body has no say in its day-to-day operations? At first I thought it to be simply a matter of convenience. Those creations which were deemed failures by the researchers of Elpis could be easily ushered into their new home. Imagine my surprise when a trip to the archives revealed that many of the creations were sent from organizations beyond Elpis, including from the Words of La Habrea themselves. Given this, albeit limited, information, I cannot but feel that Academia Ander would have been a more fitting locale. What does Elpis have that cannot be found there? These are fitting questions, and ones we should have asked ourselves many times in recent years. Alas, the nature of Pandemonium's construction does not lend itself to relocation. When first it was built, circumstances weren't as they are now. As you surmise, the majority of the creations kept within Pandemonium were sent from Elpis. Yet, as the years passed, interests changed. Failures in creation deemed too flawed even to submit to Elpis paradoxically drew the attention of Pandemonium's researchers. Well, that is quite the change. And in fact, it almost runs counter to the facility's original purpose. Who is it that decides which creations will be subject to research? Master La Habrea. Such authority is reserved for the chief keyword, and he has taken it upon himself to step into that role. So, if Pandemonium's resources were being misused, would it be under La Habrea's authority? That's such an accusation. Yeah, he's not taking that too kindly. I know not what you're suggesting, but the keywords also hold some sway within the facility. Not even Master La Habrea would be free from their scrutiny. They are duty-bound to report any irregularities as soon as possible. I love those tongue twisters. Though I admit, as of late, their communication has been somewhat sporadic, but we recently received a report from one of the keywords stating that all is well within Pandemonium's halls. What? And you're certain that a keyword sent it? Yes, of course. Our communication suffered a temporary obstruction, but I can assure you that the words did their due diligence in confirming the identity of the sender. And pray who tell was that sender? Thank you. This information will be helpful to my investigation. That will be all for my prying. Then I shall take my leave. While you are yet permitted to conduct your investigation freely, I must remind you that the warder's work is delicate, and it would be remiss to disturb them for longer than is necessary. All is well. A blatant lie, and to that we can both attest. One of the remaining keywords is most certainly in league with the party behind this. Let us hurry. I know not what our adversary sent in that report, but 'tis plain that we must return to Pandemonium with haste. I think my playlist is done. Yeah, now it's just playing random stuff. Why don't I throw this to the chat? If you're listening or you're not listening, if you're a Final Fantasy XIV player or just a Final Fantasy fan, or maybe not, maybe you've played other fantasy games and you know certain jobs. I have made a bunch of different ones, and you can go to my Discord and look at some of the ones that I have made. Feel free to suggest a playlist that you would like me to play. And it's not just jobs as well. Some of them that I've made have been, like, designed for battle and outside of battle as well. So, like, there's battle prep, there's actual battling, and I made a playlist that's still brand new, so there's not that many songs on there at the moment, but there's also a playlist based on victory. And then, of course, there is my downtime playlist. There's an upbeat one, and then there's a relaxing one. So feel free to make a suggestion of what you would like to have me play next. Next, we're just gonna go over here. Back into Pandemonium. I cannot guess as to why this false report has arisen now, but it certainly bodes ill. And does the knowledge that our mysterious mastermind has at least one more keyword to puppet? Regardless, they have tipped their hand, and we would be remiss to leave Eric at the mercy of their machinations. Let us hope no harm has befallen him. Hello, Eric. How you doing? You're really focused on your magic here. And that is interment magic. Interment magic means, bond. Like chains and bonds. And that's the cage. And then, I guess, once the enemy has been caged... Oh, not quite. He hasn't completely honed his skills yet. He probably still needs the assistance of Themis, who, like, empowers him with like a greater charge of power. I've traced these sigils countless times, yet still I lack the strength to maintain the spell. And now time works against me. I can no longer be victim to my own ineptitude. What? Who goes there? Ooh, that's a freaky thing. Heh. There's something to be admired in such single-minded effort, even if your methods leave much to be desired. You allowed this familiar to catch you unawares. Have you set your sights so high as to forget you walk upon the earth? I know this creature, a familiar of the Phoenix, but that monster is locked away. That is it. In spite of the trouble I went to in freeing it, I might add. Oh, that it is. In spite of the trouble I went to freeing it, I might add. Begrudge me for addressing you in this ill-fitting form if you must, but with control of Asphodelos wrested from my grasp. 'Tis simply the best I can offer you. Hide if you will, but mark my words, I will find you and make you pay for the chaos you've sown. I have a certain set of skills. I will find you, and I will kill you. Now, there is no need for such hostility. Calm heart stays the course. The wisdom of La Habrea, your father. And how would you know what wisdom he speaks? I've heard those words many times. The scalding of a tutor whose students struggle to grasp the most rudimentary lessons, seething with disgust. No. I've not told that to anyone, not even keyword Hesperos. That can only mean one thing. You are La Habrea. That you still insist on mocking me. Stop this farce, La Habrea. At last, you move to keep up. Pity that you remain behind nevertheless. So, La Habrea is the one that freed. Why? Is this just another... the boss of... Well, not the big boss, but... Hermes. That guy. Seems like another Phil Fate. As ever you are, always you fail to learn, fail to understand, fail to act. And though fate deigned to offer an escape, you remain here. You are bereft of magical prowess and common sense both. But you need not despair. Dull you may be, you are yet indispensable to Pandemonium's great experiment. There's the affection I remember. Tell me, did I ever once measure up to your expectations? You shall. Take pride in that, and rejoice to see your wish fulfilled. What wish? Come, and all shall be revealed. At this rate, this hatred is but a consequence of ignorance. Our desires align more than you know. What are you? So I feel like he's changing Eric again. Uninvited guests join our reunion. Seems fortune no longer favors you. Made it just in time just to ask the question, what is that thing? And can I kill it? Do you think I have any interest in listening to your prattle? Let alone bowing to your will? I'm no longer a child, and my faith lies with those who have earned it. So these are the heroes who brought Hesperos low. Even as power divine flows through their veins. 'Tis plain they are worthier subjects to contend with. The song that is playing right now is not what this is supposed to be. So since there are no suggestions, let's change it to Battle Prep. Because we're going to be doing some more battles. Thank you. If you had shown up even a moment later, I shudder to think what had become of me. There's something I must tell you. I know who's behind this. There is but one person who can thrall over familiar, creation, and keyword alike. It's La Habrea, isn't it? Yeah, I can't really seem to run Spotify on my phone while I have Twitch going at the same time anyway. Yes, that is an actual thing that is going on. Your phone can only have one audio app going off at one time. And I think that's the same for any kind of brand. So in order for you to listen to Spotify and Twitch at the same time, it's best to do that on a computer, or listen to one on the phone and one on a different electronic, whether it be the computer or a different phone. That's just the way technology works sometimes. And so there can be but one conclusion. La Habrea was the driving force behind this chaos from the start. No, really. I couldn't tell from the cutscene that I was witnessing before my character actually arrived. There is logic to that. There are a few where the there are a few with the wherewithal, that's a new word to me, to even consider experimentation on such a scale, let alone the capacity to create demigods from man and beast with the rest of us none the wiser. Considering the magnitude of his work with the convocation and the words, his relatively minor role as chief keyword comes under little scrutiny, even as it provides him with the authority to wield dangerous magics. It may serve as veil and mantle both. Still, I find the notion hard to accept. The misdeeds perpetrated here could not have been done by the La Habrea I know. You have met him, yes? Do you think he is capable of this? I mean, I don't want to judge too quickly. It may be a completely different La Habrea than I know of, but maybe. There is the idea that, based on timeline, and yes, this game has timeline stuff, the La Habrea I know and the La Habrea of this time may be one and the same person. But I'm definitely going to say that. It's too early for me to say for certain if this is the same La Habrea, because what happened with Hermes in the Endwalker story... Yeah, I'm going through a lot of spoils right now. This is the way I logically think. So if you don't want to hear any more spoilers than what I've currently been telling you, feel free to go off a bit, and if you see in my thumbnail that I'm in another battle, feel free to come back. But I think it's too early to say for certain, because what happened with Hermes was he was about to go into losing words here. He was going to be in that position to be going to be part of the convocation. And there's a specific role that is named for what he was going to be doing, and he had to accept that role before actually going into it. So that means someone else was fulfilling that role before Hermes came in. So I don't know if the La Habrea that I know is the same person in this time, or someone else is filling that role, and the La Habrea I know hasn't come in to accept it just yet. It's truly a puzzle with many missing pieces. Still, I see you do not deny outright the possibility that La Habrea is a man with a few scruples. That alone should be enough, but let me assure you, La Habrea holds nothing so dear as his own ambition. That is true. While he may not be the one to let emotion stand in the way of his mission, I cannot believe that there are no depths to which he would not stoop. Although we met but briefly, the impression he left on me stands in stark contrast to your evaluation. Though his methods are ever unorthodox, they seem guided by a firm understanding of what is just. There is one way to find out for certain. We've delved deeper in Pandemonium and pulled back the curtain on this mystery ourselves. A wise course. I would not deny the truth if I saw it with my own eyes, even if it was discomforting to behold. Then we must move forward with no excess of caution. La Habrea, or whoever is behind this, has likely spread their tentacles into every corner of Pandemonium. We can safely assume the other keywords won't greet us with open arms. Agreed. Let us make our way through Abyssos one careful step at a time. I shall stay by Eric's side in case our enemies think to target him again. Could I trouble you to take the vanguard? Well, good thing I'm in the proper role to do such a thing. Tank always takes the front line. Thank you. As a precaution, I shall safeguard you with a simple spell. This will ensure even should we become separated, my phantom warriors will still come to your aid. If it does come to battle, the keyword magics put us at a disadvantage once again. Luckily, we have you to even the scales somewhat. I trust you shall be liberal with your weight. Yeah, sure, whatever. Oof. This song sounds so good. Red Planet Nocturne. An off-world theme from this album by Christopher Tin. Because I don't think Off-World is an actual game or some type of entertainment. It's just, you know, nice music. What? Enter the 5th circle with a party of other players. Oh, okay. Uh-oh. Average item level not met. $590. $582. What am I missing? $560. Oh, poo. So, if I do that, which is $560, that'll really increase? Okay. This is what I'm gonna have to do now. I'm going to have to go through the 4th circle again and again and again until I can get... either a weapon or an accessory. Bangle of Lost Antiquity is just something that I can trade off, because that is old gear from the last expansion pack. So I'm gonna have to go through this a couple different times in order to move forward with this. It's currently less than 5 minutes, because like I said earlier in the stream, everyone's trying to collect their weapons. And I have to do this over and over again. I should have grabbed at least one accessory so I could put something brand new. But something else that I could probably also do is actually use up one of my green, use some of my green tombstones to actually buy something. I promised myself that I wasn't going to, but I may have to. So let's see what happens first. I'm gonna go back to Razat Han. I really don't want to. I want to save this for whenever part 3 drops. Joel! 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 Wait, not Joel. I don't need you just yet. I need... you. Sahanti. I'm pretty sure... No, not that. Okay, actually, I think maybe here? Okay, Joe! Yeah, here we go. So I need 4 of those weapon items, and I only have 1. You guys can't see that too well. Here we go. So that might take a while. I could just, like, straight up go get it. Why not? Nope, that is red tombstones. I need to do green tombstones, which is down here. You know what? I will distract myself a little bit, and I'm gonna take a look at this gear. Looks like I've taken a look at it before. So, fending... Fending... Fending, and... Fending. So this is the brand new gear. This is the green tombstone gear that is available for me right now. It looks cool. I can't dye it just yet. But I may be able to dye it in the future. But that's not what I'm here for. I am here for this. And looking at the queue time, still waiting for 5 minutes. It is 3.5 minutes. I'm waiting for 1 healer and 3 DPS. So... left ring... ring, fending... comparison. So this is 620. It'll be a really good boost. I feel like I'm going to have to do it. And I did it. I done did it. So, I'm withdrawing from this, because now I no longer have to. As soon as I put on this new ring, I'm going to be above 585. There we go, 587. It's also real quick. Get on my dark job. Oh, I haven't upgraded this at all. Oh, there you go. You are fully upgraded. Just need a better weapon. I don't usually play Dark Knight. Because I just have so much fun with the Gunbreaker tank. Okay. Now, with myself upgraded, now I can move forward into the 5th circle. I'm not going... I was almost about to say, well, I could go into the 4th circle and continue collecting weapons, but I'm going to pass on that for the reason of there is another level, there's another set of weapons in the 2nd wave at the 4th battle, and that's what I need to collect. Collecting in the 4th circle is just for vanity reasons. I'm going to push forward with the weapon that I have now, and really work hard on getting that 2nd weapon. Let the party know. Hello, first time. That's interesting. I got teleported here. I'm telling the party. I'm coming in blind, but as a wise veteran. If you... the other tank asked if I wanted to be main tank, and I said, if you believe in me, sure. He says, I believe. Alright. So, I'm gonna be main tank. Magic. Alright, so everyone's going behind, so I'm going behind. Alright. Shouldn't I go behind? Oh, gotcha, gotcha. This might hurt. Hello, it's my first time blush. Please be kind. Alright, where's everyone going? Looks like... Alright, so we've got 4 different quadrants here. So I'm in a good spot. They're in a good spot to continue fighting. And since I'm like, I don't know what all these things are and what to watch out for, I'm just gonna continue keeping up with all of my defense boosts, because I feel kind of weak in here. And this might hurt. Hey! I did okay. But now I am out of defense boosts. Alright, this is new. Acidic Slaver. Oh, it's an active time battle? Alright, I probably have to push some kind of button. Whoa! It's getting really acidic in here. Is he trying to break out of his cage? Oh, yeah, we... somebody let him out of his cage. And now he eats oozes? So now there's going to be possible pushbacks. Okay, Topaz Stone... Okay, I'm safe. Everyone came in is also safe. Yeah, get away, get away! Venom Squall. Whoa! No, 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 no. Out, stack up. Alright, are we doing the thing again? With the quadrants? Yeah, I think they're coming. Topaz stones. Ah! Ah! Oh shoot. Oh boy. Oh boy! Ow. Oh, chomp chomp. So I'm gonna wait, because I don't like the idea of this. Okay. So I'm not going to be main tank for a bit. Ruby Glow. So there. So I'm safe. No, I'm not safe. Gonna go into here. There was like a little bit of a delay and then you had to move. And now get behind, because that seems how you avoid this attack. Ruby Glow, so I think it's happening again. Only split in half this time. Topaz stones. Got one on each side, so we're gonna be safe over here, and that one's going to expand. He's gonna hang out in there. Okay. Okay, the quadrant again. Topaz stones, so these are the acidic ones. I'm gonna hang out over here. That one is spreading over there. This is the safe spot. Oh. Stack up. Alright. Yeah, I gave him something. Ruby Glow. Alright, there's one. Oh, that was the acidic one. I think. I couldn't tell exactly, so I just followed wherever the party went, and they guided me to safety. Searing Ray! And we're done. That wasn't bad. Alright. That's done. Probably the reason that I didn't survive was because my gear isn't 100% up to date. Alright, so I'll take this, I'll take this, I'll take this, I'll take this, and this, and this, and this. Because this is the latest gear from normal raids. So I have to collect these. So this is where research is conducted on creations imbued with poisons and venoms. Eric and I were conveyed not far from here. It seems our foe is finding it more difficult to surprise us. Fortunately for you, since they appear particularly keen to see you dispatched as quickly as possible. Oh, fortunately for you, since they appear particularly keen to see you dispatched as... Okay, I'm phrasing this wrong. Fortunately for you, since they appear particularly keen to see you dispatched as quickly as possible. So what they said, nah, just going on. Moving on. They just want me dead quick. Even alone, you are forced to be reckoned with. Part of me is glad you emerged victorious, that I might observe you further. Well, that doesn't look like my La Habrea. Were the circumstances different, I might thank you for keeping my son alive for this long. But I believe we can forego introductions, unless I have misread you. You seem too old to be La Habrea. I'm not going to... I'm still not connecting that this is the La Habrea I know. This is probably the La Habrea that Eric knows. But I'm just gonna be like... I don't know who you are, and I'm just going to, like, hit his ego. I understand that my son's rhetoric is rarely compelling, but come now. I can be none other than La Habrea, the Convocation of 14. Alright, you did say the whole son thing. But I'm just gonna be like... Yeah, I'm gonna bruise your ego, man. If you truly are who you claim to be, then answer this question. That can wait. Uh-oh. Took out our strongest mage! Now this is curious. The trap I wove at your feet reacts to Aether, but you remain unaffected. Such thin Aether and in a unfamiliar composition besides. It is of no matter, I suppose. A more direct approach will beget the same results. I would advise you to think carefully before deciding your next action. Strike me down here, and Eric's wish shall remain unfulfilled. Never again shall he meet Athena. Mother? You would dare hide behind her name? I saw your chat. Spank his ego. Yeah, spank it. Spank it real good. Listen well, Eric. We are of the same mind concerning your mother. You have allies... You have your allies for protection, so what harm is there for hearing me out? He's toying. Eric, wait! There is a question I must needs ask first. If you truly are La Habrea, why speak such blatant lies? Bitter in defeat, are we? Say my name. A simple request. Themis, was it? A trifle soon forgotten, as are you. Kinky. I have my answer. The La Habrea I knew took pride in the convocation and would never suffer its denigration. He's like, Heep! I popped your trap. You sully his station with this farce. Themis, what are you saying? La Habrea and I hardly saw eye to eye, but I know his voice when I hear it. Your mind is in naughty mode today. And actually, I should probably do what Themis did a little bit differently. Pop the trap. Indeed, he makes a passing fine imitation in appearance and manner. However, the real La Habrea would never call me by the name Themis. There it is. There's the real La Habrea. What trouble have you gotten yourself into? Elidibus. I know Elidibus. Well, he's a pretty good imitation. Imposter, you have no right to claim that form. That mask. That's still not the La Habrea I know. Who? It was a mask that sickened me to wear. The Mask of La Habrea. A man who values his position above all. Who would murder his own wife in pursuit of duty? Yet you assume my name and wield powers that are mine by right? Any worth you may have hinges on that which you so despise. Such trite provocations. I will not be goaded into finishing the ere my work is done. Eric, listen well. I am Hephaestus. Hephaestus. I am Hephaestus. It is I whom you should call father. What? Got some family issues going on here. What in the name of creation? We would do well not to stand idle while our enemy is about. I believe an explanation is in order, Elidibus. Let us return to safety so you may provide it. Double daddy issues. Check. We've got a good old Star-Lord going on here. Ah, that sounds more like the La Habrea I know. I think Eric is, isolated. Father didn't even want to speak with him. Before we depart, however, I must offer you an apology. As La Habrea said, I am Elidibus, one of the convocation and emissary of their will. For reasons which do not involve you, it was necessary to hide my identity while investigating this place. Still, that hardly excuses my deception. I know a thing or two about deception myself. I was about to get all Xenoheart vibes before the other guy changed his name. I don't know who Xenoheart is. I'm wondering, is that a Monster Hunter thing? Themis, that is reassuring to hear. The burdens we bear are heavy enough without adding a grudge to their weight. In any case, we have pressing matters to attend to. Let us do as La Habrea suggested, and we return to the gates. We can speak there. From Kingdom Hearts. Kingdom Hearts 2? 3? I only got to play the first one. For shame for me, huh? Sorry, I was looking at something. Something sparkled in my chat. There was like new upgrades from Twitch. I looked at it real quickly as it faded to black. As you are aware by now, I am known as Elidibus. After my dear friend Azim and I detected irregularities in Pandemonium, we decided the best course of action would be to hide my station as I conducted my investigation. I am sure La Habrea, as well, is eager to find out why I hid who I was, so I shall save that story for later. First, I would like to speak of you, my friend. Although neither Azim nor I have ever met you in the flesh, you came with his highest recommendation. That alone was enough for me to accept you as an ally without question. That somewhere in the world a guiding star so similar to himself was out there amused Azim to no end. There was not a shade of doubt in his heart that you would be a formidable ally. Furthermore, I have heard stories that Mistress Venat, who held the position of Azim previously, journeyed with a familiar much like yourself. That made the decision to trust you all the easier. She too now dons the white robes of an advisor. If she placed her absolute faith in you, I knew I would be in capable hands. Aware though I was of the path you had walked, I had no interest in exposing you. I merely wanted to meet you, to travel by your side for a while. I may not know but a small portion of your whole story, but that is enough for me to believe you would never lead me astray. I wanted to tell you that. Ooh. Ooh. My neck is stiff. And that's not because of gaming or anything here. It's actually part of the Dokkan Scouter that I've been scripting. I was like heavily focused into it, and I was just like this the entire time, just like moving my eyes. And by the time I finally got out of it, my neck was so stiff that I just had to stretch it out. I do this to myself all the time. I work so hard that I don't take care of my body as well as I should. But, I mean, I'm working on it. Even now, I'm working on it. Whew. So stiff. I think this weekend, I don't know. I want to, like, relax and probably use my neck muscles. But we'll see. My neck, probably now that I've moved it around, it's gonna complain because it's like, why did you move me? I didn't want to move that much. You pop your neck? I don't pop my neck. I more so just stretch it. It popped a little bit, but not like a pop. Just kind of like a crack. Just a small little crack. Eric is resolutely avoiding his father's eye. Ah, man, such blood. Bad blood, I mean. It's like, or maybe weird blood. Weird blood between the two. I don't know how long it's been since we last spoke, La Habrea, and truth be told, I hope we never would again. But I see now that I was a fool to think I would ever escape your meddling. Just what is that thing that called himself La Habrea? And why is he the spitting image of your younger self? I find it hard to believe you've only now found out such a being was wreaking havoc in Pandemonium. Did you think matters would simply sort themselves out? I suppose you deserve at least a cursory explanation. I was well aware that the anomalies occurring within Pandemonium, including the fact that Azim and Elidibus had taken it upon themselves to investigate. I saw no reason to insert myself into the situation. For a time, that was. Imagine my surprise when instead of a formal report from you and yours, I received a communication from one of the keywords stating that research and operations were proceeding as usual. While Hesfetso's deception was almost childish in its simplicity, it became plain to me that your grasp on this situation was slipping. So you knew of his existence from the beginning? I can hardly imagine that you would suffer another masquerade as one of the convocation. Not without good reason, at least. As you well know, the name La Habrea is but a marker of my station, just not the name I was born with. Hespetos has claimed that for himself. I cannot fault him for it, as he is my other half in a manner of speaking. He knows all that I know, my equal in every way, yet within his heart is naught but greed, envy, and desire, all the emotions that we are loath to acknowledge within ourselves. If what you say is true, what purpose would such a being serve? He is the product of experimentation gone awry. A remainder of my days when I was yet young and reckless. I thought him sealed away for good, but it seems time has a way of unearthing the shame we bury. When he spoke of my mother, he looked at you with venom in his eyes, blamed you for her death. Tell me, was he right to do so? I'm just gonna stare under my helmet. Just let the family blood run through the veins. His words were but the ramblings of a tortured mind. The hatred and despair he endures has warped his view of the world irreparably. And now that he has awakened, he must be put to rest. If he succeeds in breaching Pandemonium's protective wards, he shall invite disaster unto our star. As chief keyword of Pandemonium, it is my duty to decide the proper course of action. As such, I declare that all research shall be summarily abandoned and the facility destroyed. Well, that's a bold statement. What? You would leave the other warders to their doom? 'Tis a choice befitting La Habrea. Do you disagree? You speak of duty, and ours is to guide our star and its inhabitants upon the correct course. It is no surprise that you would choose annihilation of Pandemonium if its existence posed even the remotest risk to our people. Yet, as you can see by Eric's response, the decision is somewhat more nuanced than that. Azim and I grappled with this conundrum for some time, in fact. That is precisely why I chose to involve myself directly. It was the only way I could truly determine the best solution. And you need not trouble yourself with that further. The chief keyword must prevent the worst from occurring, no matter the cost. Your feelings, Elidibus, are of no consequence. Have you ever taken a moment to consider another path? No. You spared nary a thought for aught but yourself and your duty. You have no idea of the trials we have endured, the foes that Jaeger has stood against. It feels like he probably thinks that this is all just a waste of time. It's just much easier to save everyone than save a few. And risk everyone else. Jaeger, is it? As such, a being of such Aether I have never seen. What are you? He is the guiding star that shall lead us safely through this. Thanks to his stout arm and steadfast courage, we have subdued the mythic creations and returned them to their cells. Speaking of which, I would hear your opinion, Jaeger. As outsiders, we are in a unique position to look upon circumstances with our vision unclouded by attachment. What? It's so nice when NPCs praise you. I don't know. And the question has gotten my head light. I feel like a break is about to be due. It is an hour and a half until the stream is over. Maybe I will take this little break. I know I'm evading the question, but I haven't even like finished looking at all of them at the moment. So let's get through this cutscene, and then I will take a break and get, you know, I don't know why my head gets so lightheaded a lot, but there is something definitely wrong with my body, and I need to give it a break. Probably from just all the talking, and the breathing, and the focusing on screens. Being a streamer has, like, giving me all these new things that my body isn't used to. Like, I don't really speak all that much whenever I'm working, and I'm not like a public speaker in my career, so I'm doing a lot more than my body is used to. Anyway, I will take that break. Let's just finish this up. It's too soon to give up on saving the others. La Habea can't be trusted. Or what was that you said about being an emissary? I'm still going to be dumb on the whole, like, La Habrea can't be trusted. He is going to want to fulfill his duty. And he's going to do it in the least risk way possible, which is just to destroy, so... That's basically saying, like, no, we can't do what he says. It's too soon to give up on saving the others. That's siding alongside with Eric, and La Habrea is going to be probably looking at me and being like, oh, you're such a waste of time. If I say this, it makes me seem like I'm just stupid, and I'm just asking more and more questions. Maybe I'll continue to do the stupid route. I am smart, but I'm going to bruise egos still. That's brilliant! Elidibus the emissary may speak on our behalf. Should he judge our approach the more sound, even La Habrea would be compelled to listen. Yeah, I just gave you the responsibility. As Elidibus, I am duty-bound to assess the matter from a position of impartiality. My opinion as Themis can carry no weight. You understand what that means, yes? I do. Even so, you walked with us all this time, seeing what we've seen. Based on that alone, I trust you'll find the best way forward. He's doing the whole close eyes things whenever he needs to focus like I do. Very well. Then in my capacity as emissary, I shall state my judgment. I almost said thy judgment, like Ramu. At present, there are merits both in destroying Pandemonium outright and in taking time to rescue its researchers, and neither is yet an impossible task. Therefore, I judge that the most measured choice would be to continue upon our present course. We delve into Abyssos, interring any mythic creations we encounter along the way. You have yet to witness Jaeger's might and Eric's resolve. I would ask that you see our capabilities firsthand, and only then decide if our endeavor is futile. Futile. Fruitless. Futile. If such is the will of the emissary, then I shall obey. However, if indeed I shall find your strength to be lacking, I trust there will be no objections to the immediate destruction of Pandemonium. You needn't to worry about that, we won't fail. Do I need to, like, say the names of each person I say? Or should I be, like, trying to be a voice actor and change my voice depending on who's talking? Because I will say that I don't have the greatest skills as a voice actor. My voice really doesn't change all that much, unless you want me to be, like, Stitch or something, like the only other voice that I know how to do. La Habrea, you are bolder than I remember. Eric, and you are even more tedious than I remember. Jaeger, come find me when you're finished. Eric is just done. Eric is understandably frustrated, but if we are to conquer Abyssos, we must go forth with clear heads. Play lended ear to his troubles, that their weight might be lightened. Quest accepted. Okay, time for that mental wellness break. I'm gonna go ahead and put it on the idle camera, and I am going to put the music up. And we're back. I mostly just caught up on some emails. I've got another job interview getting set up. Ooh, I haven't even told you, like, what has been going on with my whole job hunting. I've been working really hard at finding jobs, and now it's gotten to the point where the jobs are finding me. So I've been, like, nonstop looking and having interviews with people, that it's basically came to the point that I have stopped looking. For two reasons. One, they're coming to me, and the other reason, my wife saw how hard I have been job hunting, and how much stress and strain that has been putting on me, that she told me to just take a break. Relax. Because I've got a couple jobs that I'm interested in, and I think I did a really good job in those interviews, that at this point I'm basically just waiting for them to give me an offer. And where I am right now in those jobs, the job interview is one of them is looking for a principal animator, because they have decided that I don't have enough experience to lead a brand spanking new team. So I might get hired on later for that. So it was one of those interviews where it's like, we love you, but not right now. So I'm just waiting to hear back from them. This other interview that I did, I mean, I, like, nailed it. Super nailed it. And, I would be coming in as a senior animator with the potential to grow into a leadership position. Like, I told them about how I've trained other juniors before, and I have a lot of skills that they don't have, that they want to bring me in to teach their, not brand new team, but they are developing a new team, and they've already established their leads. And they specialize in something that I haven't had a whole lot of experience in. So while I'm teaching them stuff that they don't know that well, they are teaching me things that I don't know that well. So it's like it's a really good relationship that I might be able to do if they decide to hire me. But because I don't have a bunch of experience in what they want to teach me, they at least want to see where I'm at. So I'm taking an animation test. I just got that. I got the files this morning. I got everything set up and ready to go. And I didn't want to push myself too hard. And also, I feel obligated to keep to my stream schedule. So I leave my Thursdays and Fridays afternoons to continue to be streams time. So tomorrow morning, I will get back into the animation test, and I'm going to just, like, work right at it. It's going to be fun. It's not terribly difficult. There's just a lot to work at. Oh, I thought this was like a gate. I forgot that I could just walk through here. So we'll see what happens in that. Oh my gosh, and I was so brutally honest with them whenever they asked me if I was interested in taking a test. And I told them, like, you know, with the many years that I've had experience in this career, I'm not too much enthused at doing a test, but I am always willing to prove that I can do this stuff. So if you want to challenge me, feel free. And they took that and they understood, like, my position on it, and they said, okay, I get you. Based on your experience and what we've talked about, it doesn't seem like you need to take both of our tests. But because you said that you lack in this one, I'd like to see you take this test. And I'm like, that is completely understandable. I agree. Challenge me. I dare ya. They kind of took that and were just like, whoa. Because that's just my level of confidence and ambition, that I'm definitely a force to be reckoned with whenever it comes to this job. And I kept on telling them, like, I want to be an asset to my skill sets. I work in motion capture. I love motion capture. This is what I wanted to do ever since I wanted to be an animator for a really long time, but at 12 years old, I wanted to be a 2D animator because of Dragon Ball Z. And then Toy Story came out, and I was like, okay, well, I guess I need to be a 3D animator now. I don't know how to do that with pen and paper, but I'm going to figure out how. And then the industry updated again with motion capture. So as soon as James Cameron's Avatar came out, I'm like, that's it. That's it. I can't change my career choice again. Motion capture animation is where I want to go. So I went to school for that specific purpose. I learned everything that I could about the entire 3D pipeline, from modeling to visual effects, lighting, like everything. But motion capture and animation was my specialty of what I wanted to focus on. And here I am today. I got to work on so many awesome projects. And yeah, I'm becoming that asset, but I still got lots to learn. I've got so much growth that I still need to figure out. And I understand that I maybe don't have all the experience that I want, but I'm hungry. I'm so hungry for this career that I'm going to do anything in my ability to grow and learn more. So whenever it comes to the time that I do get to lead my own team, I can definitely not only be able to create one, but also pick and choose exactly who I want to be on my team, because they are amazing, and, you know, make something really awesome. Alright, back to Final Fantasy. Eric, you do have my gratitude. It'll fit. Or should I? You did say that I should try to do the voice acting thing. So, how do I want Eric to sound? You have my gratitude. I don't know. You You have my gratitude. Ill fit as I am to show it that... That doesn't seem like Eric. You have my gratitude. I can't do anything else. Eric is Eric. Eric is just my voice. You do have my gratitude. Ill fit I am to show it at the moment. Without your words to sway him, La Brea would have carried out his plan without a second thought. So cool that you wanted, you wanted and stuck to a path and full on went for it. Yeah. Oh my gosh. I could tell you, like, the pivotal moment in my life where I wanted to, like, actually pursue it. Because at 12 years old, I'm just like, hey, I'm just a kid, and this is cool. This is what I want to do. Yeah, firefighter, policeman, lawyer. No, I wanted to be an animator. And then I kind of started, like, delving into being an artist because that was the 2D thing to do. And then, you know, I got older and I was going through a different college that didn't have exactly what I wanted, but it had this, like, artist program, fine arts degree. And so I did that, and I was supposed to go transfer into this new program that they were developing, but by the time I became a junior, the program still wasn't ready, and I was just like, I'm out. Then I left. So for the next 5 years, I kind of just, like, paid back the little bit of debt that I had for my tuition, and then after that, I kind of just breezed through life, just accumulating the little money I had as a pizza delivery driver, and it was great and all, and I was doing what I wanted. I was doing whatever I want, but it wasn't being an animator. Until eventually my family was like, look, you need to do something more than being a pizza delivery driver. Even though I was, you know, completely fine with it, they were like, no, you either need to have a full-time job, or you need to go back to school. The expectations of the firstborn is what I feel like that was. So I looked at both options, and one option was to work at a packaging company, and this wasn't Amazon. And this company still exists to this day. But you got to remember that this is a small town that I lived in, and it was the only thing that you could really point to say, this is your full-time job, because you have no other skills. In my town, if you weren't a doctor or a nurse or even a mechanic, you didn't have a job. You were basically just a grocery store, or, you know, part of the chain companies that we all know and somewhat adore. So I didn't want to go down that path. So the other path was going to school. And I told myself, well, if I'm going to go back to school, I want to go to a school to get exactly what I want, which was animation, 3D animation, motion capture animation. And so I started browsing universities, and I found one, and they advertise a lot. So it's kind of like one of the reasons why I chose them, because they just showed all of this cool, amazing stuff. And I wanted to grab onto it. I told my mom my decision, and she didn't like the idea, because we already had this conversation before, where it was out of state, it costs more, and on top of it, costs a lot. So it's a huge risk to take on that much debt for something that she wasn't really sure that I could do, which, saying it that way, makes it feel like she didn't approve of it, which she didn't approve of it, but she had like multiple different reasons why she didn't approve of it on top of like it being expensive. And this is just how I feel as far as like she didn't believe that I could do it. Which, you know, discouraged me to move forward with it. So I called up my dad and I told him what was going on, basically making the same thing that I told my mom. Told him my decision, and then I told him that mother doesn't approve. And he was just like, don't listen to her. This is something that you wanted to do all your life. Don't let her discourage you. You go and do it, and I will support you in any possible way I can. That was what my dad said. And that lit such a fire in me, because it was like, you're right, Dad. This is what I've wanted. And I have made my decision, and it doesn't matter what anyone else says. It doesn't matter what they want. This is what I want. So I think my dad hung up with him and went right back to my mom and said, I am doing this no matter if you believe in me or not. This is a challenge, and I am going to take the challenge. I'm going to do everything I can to do it. And my mom kind of just threw up her hands at that point and just like, okay, you know, if this is what you want to do, then you go and do it. But she expected me to, like, come back. Wife's home. Hi. Anyway, so I had to figure out my own funding. I had to figure out my own way of getting there. And I basically just packed up my entire life and went to Florida. And whenever I got there, like, the idea in my mind, like, we had, like a first day meeting with all of the newcomers coming in. And in that meeting, the person on stage basically just, like, asked us, like, if volunteer to basically say, like, what are some of the goals that you want to do here at this school? And I decided to stand up and told her that, told the entire, the entire hall that I wanted to get A's in all of my classes and do whatever I can to learn everything that I need for this career. And, obviously everyone heard me, and, some people came up to me after that and was just like, I applaud your confidence. And then I get through my first class, and then they actually get to see my actions instead of my words put into practice. And I get more people come up to me, and they see me doing all this work, and they recognize me from the hall, from that talk, and they're like, wow, you really could become valedictorian if you keep up with this. And I was just like, I'm not looking to become valedictorian, even though getting A's in all your classes almost makes you become a valedictorian. It's almost like a bonus reward. And I was just like, that wasn't my goal. My goal is just to learn everything that I can. And so whenever the teacher teaches something, I'm in there and being like, okay, what else can I learn from this other than just doing what I can? And that followed me throughout the next year and a half of school. But about a year into it, my mom finally started realizing that, yeah, I was getting A's in all of my classes, and she started believing that I could actually do this stuff. So then she started to help me out financially, because I could only get myself so far through the first year. then I had to do a job on campus as a open lab monitor. And that was really nice because not only do other people get to work on their homework, I also get to work on my homework, and I can go above and beyond in that as well. I'm sorry, I'm tangenting off of this, but I don't get to really tell this story a whole lot, and I'm so proud of what I've done that I want to share my story, and I'm a freaking storyteller. So after I got the approval from my mom and she helped me financially, and I got that open lab job, I got to go through the next 6 months, and then it wasn't enough again. So it was basically to the point where I was talking to my mom, and she was like, I understand that this is what you want to do, and I can't help you any more than what I've been able to do for you now. Let's see if we can talk to your grandpa, because he's got this whole life insurance thing that they created for me ever since I was a baby. And I have another one of my own that I'm working on by myself, but my grandpa has this one. So we talked about it and discussed the options, and we talked with the advisor, and he said, yeah, that's absolutely fine. You've got enough in this account that you can take some out of it and you can pay back whenever. Just know that it's going to be like a reduction on interest that is accumulating because you're taking money out. And we all understood that, and I still gotta pay that back. But because it's so far, the interest isn't as big as my student loans, I haven't really gotten to the point where I can work on that. Alexa, stop. She's telling me to take a break. I already took my break. So I got the money that I needed to finish off my school year and make it to graduation. I graduate, and then I become not only a valedictorian, but they also rewarded me with honors of being the advanced achiever. Because, like I said, I was going above and beyond on just more than the homework. I was learning everything that I could, and then making videos on top of it, and I self-taught myself how to do After Effects to create these videos. I could have done Premiere, but After Effects was just what I grabbed onto. And then, you know, after graduation, I did an internship with one of my teachers for like 3 months, just to get some more experience and education. And I kind of bombed that because I worked so hard, and then I've got 3 more months of doing this on top of, like, I had to reconfigure where I lived because my lease was supposed to end when I graduated, and then I would move out. So I had to go through like this temporary situation thing and move in with some other students during my internship. And that was just a big stress ball. But I got through that. I got through my internship, and then I went back home, and then I started looking for jobs. 3 months go by because of the 6-month grace period to pay back your loans. And it was coming up real soon, and I haven't gotten a job just yet. And I was back home in the Midwest, so I had to make a decision to either give up trying and figure something else out with all of this debt that I've accrued, or I do another risk, go to Los Angeles, and hopefully with a local street address, I might be more capable of getting a job in Los Angeles because they don't have to relocate me. They don't have to pay to relocate me. So that's what happened. Got my first job. It didn't pay that well, but they paid enough for me to actually, like, they paid for my gas and my lunches, so all I had to do was just do the work. Didn't pay rent, so I had to get another job. And then it all became way too much. I wasn't getting paid enough in food and gas, and my second job that I had to find like a real job, not just a food and gas pay. That's whenever I got to actually work on some big AAA titles. A lot of them were Marvel. And then after that, I got my official job as an animator, because the AAA projects that I first got on, I was being a compositor, which is basically putting images on top of each other, and then I was making them 3D, so whenever you go to the movie theater, anytime you want to do the 3D version, I made the maps to make them 3D. But then after that was done, then I got my official job as an animator, and that's kind of where I've been since 2016. I've done that just non-stop. So I just, like, I held on to it as long as I could. And now I'm at that point where, there's not a whole lot going on right now with projects at my current company, so I'm reaching out to other companies and see if they need me. So, that's the full story, as quickly as I could in 30 minutes. Anyway, back to Pandemonium. Yeah, I've been here since 2014. And whenever I visited you guys, way back when, that was 2011? Yeah, I think that was 2011. Alright, Eric, when at first we realized the creations had slipped their bonds, the other keywords did all in their power to restore order. Even though they could have chosen escape, they remained to aid their allies. I'm certain not a soul among them would wish to see this facility erased from the world, and they don't deserve to be abandoned simply for carrying out their duty. And besides, Hephaestus has secret yet untold. Secrets that would be buried if Pandemonium were reduced to rubble. I mean, to uncover the truth behind his words, the truth of my mother. While La Habrea was quick to dismiss his claims, I fail to see what Hephaestus would gain by fabricating such a story. All I was told of my mother's death was that she perished in an accident. No one would say more. It was almost as if they feared saying more, in fact. Said duty the same time you did? Well, you've kind of highlighted that in chat, so that's in the back of my mind, and I want to keep you entertained. Even if it was not La Habrea that dealt the fatal blow, we've seen our own eyes how quickly he can condemn others to die. I only wish to know at last what befell her. You think your father has something to do with it? He did the final strike? Or he did nothing? What do you think, Jaeger? Does La Habrea have any regard for the lives of others? Or will he carry out his duty with another's blood on his hands? Oh, the La Habrea I know, he would totally do that. He's always a man who would work from the shadows. He once used my ally as a vessel for his own twisted ends. I have no idea what he might be like in this age. Yeah. Oh, the La Habrea I know totally would do something. What would possess him to do that? Even for La Habrea, such an act would be a black mark against him if it were made known. I can't imagine how much your ally suffered. But it is plain there is much to consider. Thank you, Jaeger. It's easy for me to get carried away by emotion when he's concerned. Oh, I know that feeling. We should focus on the task at hand, proving to La Habrea that we were capable of saving Pandemonium and its keepers. The most convincing way to do that will be to regain control of Abyssos. Although I'm loath to admit it, he would know more about the depths than any of us, and seeing how we require every advantage we can afford... Jaeger, would you speak to him for us? He seems to have a special interest in your capabilities, and may deign to help you at your suggestion. May help at your suggestion, if only to see what you can do. Fine. I feel like that's part of what my stream is going to be sometimes, just having those real-life stories about me as an animator and what I've done thus far. And like I said, I'm a storyteller, and I love to tell the story, because it's an interesting one, and it's my story. Eric appears to have a deep trust in you, and Elidibus tells me you share some relation to Azim. Your unusual Aether does not mark you as a familiar. It is unlike anything I have seen, even among the countless concepts I have observed. To think that I would encounter an existence I could not create by my own hand. Azim never ceases to surprise. Well, if I told you everything, you wouldn't believe it. The previous Azim was much the same, and taking the entirety of the star into consideration, she came to hold dear emotions and people that a more logical mind would have discarded. This made her act in her own self-interest more often than not. Just as you and Elidibus have conducted yourselves in this matter, the true danger of Azim's nature is its tendency to infect all those he comes in contact with. Emixel said much the same. Trust that I shall not do naught that would violate my duty. And yet you so frivolously invoked your authority as an emissary to justify this little excursion. It matters little, however. Only your deeds can speak for you now. You wish to know more of Abyssos, I take it? Although I no longer have control over many of its functions, I can yet sense what creations lie within. The chief keyword's reach is far indeed. Well then, what do we have to look forward to? I sense no creations of note. Perhaps they have made into fodder for experimentation, or perhaps they've been transferred to the deeper circles. Yet, Hesphatos would never allow you safe passage. He has left a trial for you to overcome. I speak of hegemony. I almost want to have that G silent. Hegemony. Hegemony. What do you think? Hegemony? 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 Or just emony? I feel like the double E needs to be in there. Anyway. Keyword of Abyssos. Although her presence is stained with marks of corruption, it is unmistakable. I knew her as a woman gifted in magic and blessed with highly logical mind. While I can sense those qualities within her still, there is something else at work. And money. Okay, and money it is. If I had to hazard a guess, I would say that's because she's already been twisted into a Hemistios, doubtless against her will. Jaeger, Themis, we must rescue her from that cruel fate, and if we cannot, we can at least seal her away until we find a means to undo the damage. Your allies make you bold, Eric. I very much look forward to seeing how far they carry you. Carry you. Yeah, definitely the emphasis on carry was in there. They just didn't put the quotations in text. Oh my gosh, really? You too. There we go, 6th circle. 45 minutes left. It'll probably take about 20 minutes. That's usually how much these normal raid battles go. Pop. And less than 5 minutes. Alright, I'm just gonna kinda sit back and relax a little bit, because even though I had that break, it's coming back. Especially after I had that long-winded story that I told you guys, so I'm going to just step back a little bit, rest here. I can do a little bit of, well, I was gonna do some Dokkan battle, But instead, I'm just going to just have it go through another fight. Get that going, and then commence. And I'm gonna let the party know. Sip some Gatorade, chill for the queues. I don't have Gatorade on me. I've got apple juice, I've got apple cider. Oh, hello. There's Amone. I do have some water right here. Oop. Okay. Oh, you hooked on cider now? Definitely get it while it lasts. 'Tis the season. Okay, so looks like I'm in a safe spot right now. Oh, okay. So that was a side. I thought he was gonna aim at the front of us. Okay, was there something that came from the outside? Doesn't look like it. Oh, I'm gonna stay away from this. So it looks like it's going to tether out. Oh no, this is different. Oh, okay, so from the looks of it, it cones. So if we go out that way... Cassandra, why? You just made things really bad. Okay, I can't... Maybe this is a safe spot right here? I can't tell. Over here? Oh, okay. Oh, we're flipping. Yeah, this way, this way. Oh no! Someone wasn't paying attention that this was supposed to be a rotating attack. At least we still got one healer up. And we do have a red mage as well. Alright, here we go again with these things. Ouch. I mean, this is interesting. Cool. Woof. That hurt. Man, our healers aren't doing so well. That MP is down. What's this? Oh, you tricked me, Cassandra. All right, I can't follow you anymore. That's twice now you've messed up. Okay, this. Because it looks like it's gonna flip. Yeah! I figured it out. Alright, now what? What's your next mechanic? Alright, we're flipping again, and that is not safe. This is safe. Wow, this is like tricky. You like, first you gotta position yourself properly, and then this rotating attack can be just as dangerous. Ugh, Cassandra, again? Oh, Buddhist doesn't like being a healer in here. It's too difficult. I mean, this is... It's still challenging? Okay, so the only safe one is over here. Right here. Yes, this is it. This is the safe spot. Oh, and I just realized you needing more cider means that it's already gone. I mean, that didn't take long. Like, what, 4 days? Between the three of you? Tell me, how quickly did that go away? Okay, it looks like... Here's... This... Both sides here are safe. I'm gonna go over here. And apparently I didn't do that right. Okay, safe spot is... I'm confused. Here? Alright, which direction? Okay, we're going this direction. It's behind me! I don't think I got my buff in just in time. You know, the good news is that we're still surviving, and the main tank is doing a really good job. Okay, looks like a safe spot is here. Oh no! Why did it flip me? Okay, safe spot is over here. Except it's not. Ow. I think I almost killed Cassandra. Ah, oof! And that stings! It wasn't gonna last long. It made it through Wednesday morning. Alright, we've got flippers. And I'm safe right here. Actually, no I'm not. Yeah! Alright, 2%. Let's do this! The limit break has already been used, so it's just pure might. Oh, this ain't safe. This is safe. It didn't matter. We won! Ah, we gotta cage our friend. What? Why did Restream log me out? There we go. I can at least see what you said. It said, ah yes, doing new stuff when the game wants you to have better gear and getting smacked around till you get better gear. Yep, I think that's one of the reasons why I am tank here. Because I can handle so much more. One piece of gear or gear enhancing material attainable per week. Okay, let's go with something. Just be much faster just to get the accessories out of the way. And then I can also increase some stuff. We won! The keyword is sealed away, and alive this time. Library can't deny us now. Oh, he could still deny us. You could say, like, you're not moving fast enough. Core made a spiffy armor set for me in Monster Hunter, but man, the next level of monsters hits so hard. Oh, gotta love it. Alright, Servant of Violence. Our plan was a success. Although I hardly need to tell you that. Imani has been sealed away, and now you have no choice but admit the merit in our methods. Ooh, he's confident, aren't he? Show up, Yodade. You have the right of it. I am not so petty as to deny the achievements of those I squabbled with, no matter how strongly we disagree. Moreover, this being, Aether as thin as retreating mist, unable to wield creation magics, yet powerful enough to subdue Hemitheos, has made this ordeal far more interesting. Then we have leave to continue? As for that, there is one among you whose very presence puts the others at risk. 'Twould be best to proceed without him, for failure would have consequences that reach far beyond Pandemonium. And whom do you speak? A warder who cannot even conduct his duty without aid. In this place, hope alone is not enough to overcome what awaits you. A single misstep will send all to their doom. Yeah... He sees it, and he's been trying. So long as we each do our part and look to the allies by our side, even a neophyte can upraise his companions. That is something that Jaeger and Themis taught me. While I do not wish to express any bias, I am inclined to agree. If my investigation has made anything clear, it is what we are together greater than the sum of our parts. And hope has brought us this far. It drives us to seek the right path and to act before that path lies closed to us. Then tell me, what is it you hope for? To see Hephaestus in chains. That's the surest way to prevent further sacrifices. I'm aware that destroying Pandemonium would rid us of him, but the cost is far too great. And I admit, I wish to know how he means to resurrect Athena. And there we have it. The curiosity of his mother, and trying to seek that answer is what's going to, amount to his downfall. Because it's all just a hook and a trap. Just to have this linger further. You must leave this place at once, and do not think to set foot in Pandemonium again. You are capable, that much is plain. Yet Hephaestus cannot be suffered to live. And I shall not allow his talk of resurrection to poison mine or anyone else's mind. Life flows in a cycle, this is known. All souls return to the underworld, and Athena is no exception. She has likely found a new vessel and a journey to embark upon. You cannot be ignorant to the folly of Hephaestus' words. Even were he to breathe life into a body, the soul contained within would not be your mother's. What if our knowledge is imperfect? What if Hephaestus has discovered something that no one else has? He knows all that you do, understands the bitter reality of the world. He wouldn't pursue the impossible. Think, Eric. I have already explained that this is merely my twisted reflection. Is it worth bringing back your mother if it means others are used and discarded like tools? Is it worth it to see her once more? Now you measure the worth of your colleagues' lives? What was that foolish braying about saving them? Merely a performance to hide your childish devotion to your mother? Please, such barbs will get us nowhere. We should first discuss... You would call me fool? You, who murdered your wife in service of your ambition? For the sake of the star, no doubt. Oh, I can't hear it again. That voice inside my head. I know who to follow. Hesphatos. Father. Mother. Oh, I love you so. And this voice will guide me to you. Oh. He's entrapped. No. Listen not. Listen not, Eric. Apologies. You taught me that a calm heart stays the course, but I could never even grasp the rudder. Well, now we gotta fight him again. It's probably what's coming up next. Doing another Dokkan battle. Hesphatos is cunning despite his warped mind. Whatever took hold of Eric, it made short work of his reason. From the moment he laid eyes upon me, he could sense his hatred and rage simmering below the surface. 'Twas but a matter of time until it spilled forth, and that was when he fell into the spell's embrace. A magic woven within with such skill that Eric himself failed to notice until it was too late. If this is the measure of Hesphatos' power, then the other keywords had a little chance to resist it. We saw his work during our encounter with Hesperos. Doubtless Hesphatos... Wow, really? Pick your names better. Hesperos and Hesphatos are way too similar. Anyway, doubtless Hesphatos' magic fed his admiration and envy until there was room for naught else in his heart. And there was something else besides. Did you not feel the presence of another? Oh, he did. Jaeger did. As I thought, someone was trying to warn Eric, but whom? Could it have been one of the keywords? That probably is supposed to be keywords, but... wards is long and drawn out. Keywords is so much quicker. Alas, their warning arrived too late. I had already provoked Eric past the point of no return. I bear the burden for his failure. In my stubbornness, I could but scorn the boy, and Hesphatos knew that. And now I dread to think of the ordeal that waits him due to my rashness. Yeah, maybe you should treat your son with better. There is time yet to save him. We can easily regain control of Abyssos, giving us a firm foothold of which to brave Pandemonium's lowest level. The enemy is within reach. Just as with Hesperos, Eric is in danger of being consumed by Hesphatos' spell. However, I have faith that he will not easily lose sight of himself. The way forward is clear. Mahabrea, pray tell us all you know of what we shall find beyond Abyssos, and only assume one more keyword lies in wait. The deepest level of Pandemonium is called Tartaros, and your passage shall not be challenged by only a keyword. Hesphatos has laid traps in every corner of its halls. You have no hope of surviving far past the threshold. That, I expect, is where Jaeger shall shine. His dissolute Aether shall allow him to slip through the traps unimpeded. We saw it when Hesphatos had no effect, and doubtless even he has yet to devise a countermeasure. You banking on that? Then time is of the essence. Hesphatos is already well aware that you can match a keyword in battle. He will not stand idle while you stroll past his other defenses at your leisure. Agreed. However, clarity will be indispensable to our success, and I'm afraid I must insist upon it ere we depart. Like, what are we facing? We have yet to discern to what end Hephaestus would use Eric. If you would know, I would ask that you enlighten us. And then there's the matter of Athena. Why do you so fiercely rebuke Eric's feelings for his mother? While I understand the very thought of resurrecting the dead is anathema, you act as if grief over her passing should be equally so. How are we to grapple with what plagues our friend and drives our foe if you refuse to acknowledge it? I do acknowledge it. I wish only to spare those that feel it still greater pain. And so you drove your own son over the edge. Yeah, it's like, I'm giving him the finger. I'm wagging the finger at him. How dare you? Oh, I think I finally did some damage to his ego. Finally. Oh, and then he recovers. Damn it. I really want him to be mad at me. I don't know why. No, you are right. The blame for Eric's fate rests squarely on my shoulders. Very well. I shall lay bare the truth, but only after the foe before us has been laid low. Which will probably be Eric. The remaining keyword is Agdistis. She has served in Pandemonium since its inception, and her affinity for magic is peerless even among the keywords. Hephaestus knows that losing her would mean the end of his experiments. He has hidden her in a space unreachable by conventional means. But your present makes mockery of such barriers. The scarcity of your Aether means it'll be trivial to send you directly to Agdistis. We shall approach as closely as caution will allow. We know where the battle will commence, so I do not anticipate difficulty in detecting your presence. From afar, I shall do my best to provide you with ground on which to fight and phantom allies to aid you. As for the interment, I have yet to think of a foolproof method. Oh, that's going to be La Habrea, that's for sure. Interment shall not be necessary. What do you mean? From here I can sense Agdistis' essence, but it's scarcely recognizable. Hephaestus was more ambitious with her than he was with Elmani. She has been transfigured that such barely a scantling of herself remains. We can but take comfort in what a mercy the underworld will be to her. Oh, you want to kill. Okay. Huh, that's weird. There's still something wrong with my restream chat, so I guess it died on me, and I'm gonna have to regain it later, because I missed everything that you said. Okay. Oh, damn, you're talking about his mama. Talking bad about his mama. Jaeger stares indifferently ahead. Ah, sweet, here we go again. Yep. And hindsight is 2020. Exactly. Alright. Fight should begin. Yep, 7th circle. And how much time do we have left? We have 15 minutes left. That should be just enough to do this. And since this is the 7th circle, and there are 8 fights, and we don't have a whole lot of time left, the last one is going to have to wait until tomorrow. So we're gonna do this one. And I noticed earlier that I can only obtain one item. And that is a key rule when you are on the most recent content. in normal raids. You're only allowed one, so I'm very happy that I got the accessory piece, because that means that I can trade it in immediately and equip it immediately, which will increase my eye level, and I will not have to hurt as hard. Ooh, that is scary looking. Alright, here we go. Oh man, it is like super close too. You shall become mine! Okay, so... Whoa! From the looks of it, I'm getting feelings of the Nier Alliance raid. With those big old hands. Bow of Aether. Oh. So in the back, huh? Okay. They're back in the middle. Alright, I definitely need to pay attention to the abilities that the boss does, because I'm getting kind of clueless of what's going on. Alright, so we've got Immortals, Obi. And it looks like everyone is hanging out here. Oh, because it would have been a platform. And I would have fell. And now I've got chains. So now I can cross between them. Alright, Bow of Adders. And it looks like... Aha! Okay. Now that makes sense. Now I gotta go this way. Alright, what are we doing next? So, someone created the, lilac here, so I want to stay here for the boost. Alright, what's this? Twisted life forms emerge from the fruit. And, what am I supposed to do? Oh, okay. Get on the platform. And, like, this is, like, super new. I'm, like, getting really confused. When you don't know, follow the party. And hopefully you follow the right person. Alright, we got this going on again. I feel like they're going to take a charge. Yep, they took a charge. Good thing I wasn't in the way of anything. And now we got a glare. Wait, how are we supposed to do that? There's no... Okay. Like, there's no way to get in there. Uh-oh. That was easy enough. And I didn't pay attention to that again, but at least, I followed the party. Okay, now we've got 3. What's this supposed to be? Okay, okay. I'm gonna go over here. Platforms again. There's our chained platforms. Forbidden fruit. Oh, so they're gonna pop more monsters, and they're gonna do something special. And we're going in the middle here. And then the bow of Addis. Oh. Ow. Alright, more things. This. And everyone's moving back. Ah, I still haven't, like, found out what that move is. Spark of life. Everyone's 2 together? Well, probably for that, lilac. Alright, forbidden fruit, we got more monsters doing things. Oh, shoot! I didn't position that correctly. I just saw the tank and I'm like, why are you that way? Alright. Now I don't have to freak out this time. I know it's coming. And there's this thing. Bow of Adders. And it looks like... It was the front. I still haven't determined, what is front and what is back. Platforms again already, huh? %. Just finish it up. I can take this. So I'm gonna take this, and this. I'm gonna pass on these, because these take the longest. There we go. And I won't have to worry about these. So that is 2 accessories that I can quickly equip. The moment Agdistis was slain, the flow of Aether and Pandemonium focused keenly on this location, creating a tunnel of sorts which we could quickly convey ourselves. 'Twas almost as we were ushered here. This space was created with care and concealed with powerful wards. Only a keyword would have been able to detect it, and even then with great difficulty. Ergo... I see you copying me. If only I could restore Tartaros to order, but I'm afraid this is the most I can manage with such power as remains to me. And it's been too long, Master La Habrea. Likewise, keyword Agdistis. I should not be surprised you were able to break free of Hephaestus' spell, even diminished as you were. So it's not an easy task, even with your aid. His curses dig into one's heart, creating a storm of emotions that is all too easy to become lost in. Only by chance did a fragment of myself remain, illuminating a path through the madness. And thus I'm able to appear before you now. Even while my body was powerless to resist Hephaestus' commands, some small part of my logical mind stood alone in defiance. It even managed to speak to the outside world. Oh, so that was you who was speaking to Eric. The report, that was you! Doubtless you recognize my voice from the many times I have called out to you. The hope that those pleas would not fall on deaf ears was all that kept me from succumbing to hopelessness. But I have a greater purpose here than simply saying my farewells. There is something you must know. That the tragedies of the past do not repeat in the present. Forgive me for what I am about to do, Master La Habrea, but the story must be told. That's the only way to understand Hephaestus' fixation on Eric. No longer can you hide your heart away. So we're going to be talking about Mother Athena. Hephaestus? No, the mask marks him as La Habrea. Master La Habrea had brought to an end Lady Athena's life, and sealed away a part of his memories and emotions with Hephaestus. These are my recollections of the moments following. And you truly have no intention of revealing the truth to Eric? The lesser half is now buried when none can find it. It would be wise to do the same with our memory of this day. Blood should not sway the spirit so, but Athena's teachings have warped the boy. I fear he would see our star burn to keep his mother safe. Eric believes that he feels love, but he is shackled by dependence. He could not bear the truth. His dependence makes it all the more important to be open with him. He will seek answers about his mother's loss, which shall inevitably lead him to you. Are you willing to accept the blame for Athena's death? Are you willing to accept your son's hatred? If that is what comes to pass, then so be it. Better to be burdened with hatred than the knowledge of Athena thought his body and soul mere tools, to be used and discarded. Ooh, that's a hint. Even were I to tell him what his mother plotted, he would ever seek reasons to believe that the true fault lies with me or with him. Should he merely hate me, he will remain unfettered by doubt, free to serve the star from his parent's shadow. Eric loved his mother more than life itself, and yet, what a dreadful tooth you've borne all this time. Such is La Habrea's nature. Every action, every word, a solution to life's great dilemmas, and none to spare for his own. What I have revealed to you is but a small portion of a larger picture. I shall leave it to La Habrea to paint the rest for you, and for Eric, I hope. Thank you, Agdistus. You have put me in a corner. I always admired you, you know. What choice did I have when you sacrificed so much to give our star to the heavens? And now she can pass on. Hesphatos has doubtless sensed that his final keyword has fallen. We should return to the surface before he moves to strike us here. If we are to face him, we must be prepared to bear our full strength. Agdistus was ever a bold woman, even in her final moments, that she would unearth the secrets of my past for all to look upon. Still, full glad that I am she faced you as her last opponent. I could think of none more worthy to send her soul off to the other side. And I choose you. Determination. Alright, that is where I'm going to end for now. I'm not even going to accept this next quest. Tomorrow will be Final Fantasy again, same time, 1 o'clock to 5 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. And we will finish off the very final battle in Pandemonium that is available to us. And then we'll just, focus on unlocking Island Sanctuary. That will be real quick. We may explore it a little bit, but it is not my sole focus. That is, like, relaxation endgame content. Either after I've unlocked Island Sanctuary, I will either move to doing Hildebrand, which I detest, or I will do MSQ. Those will be my options. That'll be something for me to ponder on for tonight, and we will see you all again tomorrow. Thank you so much for hanging out, chilling with me, and I hope you enjoyed it. We will see you next time.